My dear fourth grade children, how are you, mom? Are you fine? By God's grace, I hope that you are fine and you are stay at home very safe. Okay? Am I correct? Okay, ma, fine. Okay. Then today morning, have you had your breakfast? Okay. Now are you happy? Are you happy to study in social science? Okay. Let us start to study. Okay, ma. Okay. The last class. What lesson we studied that? Can you remember it? Yeah. Can you say that title of this lesson? Yeah, that is lesson 3, the physical geography of India. Okay. Am I correct? Yeah. In the previous class we learned that the physical geography of India. Isn't it? Okay, fine, ma. In the last class we studied that natural vegetation and the type of natural vegetation also. Okay, am I correct? Okay, fine. Now listen here. What is natural vegetation, ma? Do you know? In India's that natural regions, there are certain trees and plants that grow naturally. What's the meaning of naturally? That are not planted by, not grown by any people. That grown by nature. Okay? So, these are called natural vegetations. This natural vegetation of an area depends on the kind of plant, the kind of feather, as well as the height of the land. Okay? India's that natural regions, not all the regions have not same weather condition. So different weather condition, different type of land, as well as the height of the land also. So different type of plants and trees grown by nature. So it is called natural vegetation. Okay, ma? Can you clear it? In the last class we have plant. I recall one time. Okay. Then we studied that natural vegetation, different kinds of natural vegetation in India. 6 type of natural vegetation mainly in India. That is, in some of the places we can see the evergreen rainforest. So, these grow in areas where there is heavy rainfall. The forest remain green. Okay, because all the trees do not shed their leaves at a time, at the same time. So, heavy rainfall and forest remain green. Okay. Then second one, deciduous forest. What is deciduous forest? These are found in areas where there is not that much rain. Here, the deciduous forest, the trees shed their leaves every year. Here no rain also. Okay. So, evergreen forest, rainforest means that these grow in areas where there is heavy rainfall. But deciduous forest, these areas where there is not that much rain, here these deciduous trees shed their leaves every year, mainly in the summer season. Okay? Okay. And third one, scrub vegetation. This is found in dry places. These are dwarf deciduous trees and grasses, very short plants only here. Then desert vegetation. This is found in the desert areas. Plants have desert areas means there is no rain. After a year, sometimes it will get little rain. So at that time the plants have, so these desert areas, these plants have long roots because to search for water, because there is water is very rare in condition. and also thick stems to store water because can you understand thick stems to store water. Okay, stems also very thick. Okay, ma? Okay. Then fifth one, mangrove forest. These grow along the coast. Coastal areas means that land part meet the sea is called coastal areas. These mangrove trees have roots that can also be seen above the ground because it's live near the water. So the roots that adaptation of the root is above the ground level. Okay. Can you understand more? So different types of weather conditions, different types of plants and trees grow in different areas. Can you understand? Then mountain tree vegetation, it is mostly we can see in the lower hills of the forest like bamboo forest. On the other mountains there are forests and trees like conifers. These trees are conifers, the trees leaves needle like leaves and woody horns. Okay, so different types of forest. These forest, all the type of trees and plants that grown by naturally, not grown by any people. That is very very important. Did you clear it, ma? Okay, this is the previous class. We learned that portion. I recall only. Now we continue the remaining part. Okay, okay, fine. Now listen here, ma. India is a unique country. India is unique country, but different physical features such as mountains, plateaus, deserts, seas, and oceans. Okay, so it is divided into six main physical divisions. These are what are the six main physical divisions? That is, now we study the outline of the India. That is, it is divided into six main physical divisions. These are first one, the northern mountains, the northern plains, and Great Indian Desert, southern plateau, coastal plains, the islands of island regions. Okay, okay, ma. Now we study that northern mountains. What is mountains? Mountains means what? Mountains means what, ma? Himalayan mountains. What is mountains? We clear it in the previous classes. We clear it. What is mountains? What is hill? What is the difference between mountains and hills? Can you clear it? Okay, now listen here. What is mountains? Mountains are rocky masses of land that rise higher than the surroundings. Our surrounding is very lower only, but the mountain means it is very higher than the surroundings. Okay, mountains are rocky masses of land. Mountains are land part only. It is a rocky masses of land that rise higher. Than the surrounding. These mountains occur in long rows. Not for one part only, not higher, no, different rows. These called mountain ranges. Okay, ma? Can you understand? So mountain means mountains are rocky masses of land that rise higher than the surroundings. They usually occur in long rows called mountain ranges. Okay. This highest mountain peak in the world is Mount Everest. Okay. So now we study that northern mountains. The Himalayan range covers the northernmost part of India. Okay. So India, the northern part is covered that Himalayan range. That is a Himalayan mountains and their ranges covers the northernmost part of India. It stretches from Jammu and Kashmir in the north to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. Okay? They form a natural boundary between India and a large part of Asia. India lies in the Asia continent. Asia is the biggest continent. India lies in the southern part of Asia continent. So, these Himalayas form a natural boundary between India and a large part of Asia. Can you clear it, ma? Our neighboring countries in the northern part, our neighboring countries, Nepal and Bhutan, are situated in these mountains. Okay, this Nepal and Bhutan are situated in these mountains. The Nepal and Bhutan and Pakistan also our neighboring countries. Can you clear it, ma? Okay, so now listen here. These geographers have divided these northern mountains according to their heights. Okay, now listen here. These Himalayas are divided into three mountain ranges. These Himalayas mountains are divided into three mountain ranges. We are studying now what is mountain ranges. These mountains usually occur in long rows called mountain ranges. So these Himalayas divided into three important mountain ranges. What are the important mountain ranges? That is, first one the Himadri, second the Himachal, third one the Shivalik. What's more? First one the Himadri, second the Himachal, and third one Shivalik. So the Himalayas mountain ranges are divided into three. That is Himadri, Himachal, Shivalik. First we can study that the Himadri. What more? Himadri. The Himadri consists of the tallest mountain range of the Himalayas. Okay, the mountain Himalayas and its ranges are also divided into three. The first one is the Himadri. Himadri consists of the tallest mountain ranges of the Himalayas. It is the tallest means it is the highest mountains. Himadri is the highest mountain range. So it is called Greater Himalayas. Can you understand? They get heavy snowfall and are always covered in snow. It is very cold here both in summer and winter because at the top of the Himalayan ranges is covered with snow. Okay, there is no plant or animal life in these Himadri places because it is very cool, because it is very highest mountain range. These high mountains like Mount Everest and Mount Kanchenjunga are in the Greater Himalayas. Okay, the high peak means what? The top of the end of the top of the mountain is called mountain peak. That is highest mountain peak. That is Mount Everest and Mount Kanchenjunga are in the Greater Himalayas. Can you clear it, ma? Okay, next we study the second one, Himachal. First one, Himadri, it is the highest mountain ranges, the Himalayas. Okay, then second one, Himachal. These mountains are lower than the Himadri and are also called the lesser Himalayas. Okay, this Himachal is not so high as Himadri. It is lower than the Himadri ranges. So it is called lesser Himalayas, but this Himadri is called Greater Himalayas. Can you understand? Which is the very highest Himalayan range? Himadri. Himachal is the lower than the Himadri. Okay, so it is called the Lesser Himalayas. Can you clear it? There is snow in winter, but summer in cool and pleasant. Okay, winter time it is snow, but summer times very cool, pleasant. That is a spring seasons. Some areas have grassy slopes while others have forest. Okay, ma? Okay, here these Himachal places, that summers are cool and winters are very cold and snowfall. This region receives rainfall in summers, so therefore trees such as pine, fir and oak flourish here. Okay, these famous hill stations such as Shimla, Nainital and Darjeeling are part of this range. It has beautiful valleys such as Kashmir and Kullu valleys. These are in the Himachal. Himachal places and some places how plants grow well because summer season cool and pleasant. Okay, some areas have grasses and some other plants, fir, fine plants and trees are also grow well. Okay, can you understand now Himadri and Himachal? And third part is the Shivalik. What is Shivalik? That is, these are the lowest ranks. Shivalik means it is the very lowest ranks. It is not as cold here in the higher mountains. So this Shivalik is not as cold because it is not so high. It is very low, lowest ranks. In many places the thick forest of the Shivalik have been cut down. So the soil gets washed away and heavy rain, with heavy rain. Okay, ma? It is very lower ranks. So in many places thick forest of these Shivalik have been cut down. So there, if the forest are cut down means what happened? The soil gets washed away with the heavy rain. Can you understand? So the Himadri is the highest mountain range. The Himachal is the lower than the Himadri, but Shivalik is the very lowest range. Can you clear it, ma? There's three types of Himalayas mountain range. Can you clear it? Okay. Next we can see that the importance of the Himalayas, that is the effect of the Himalayas. What is the effect of Himalayas? Why it is very important to us? Do you know? What's the reason the Himalayas is very important for us? Anyone say that? Yeah, that is the effect of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are very important and useful for our country. They help us to number of ways. Okay, the Himalayas are very important and useful for our country. They help us in so many ways. How it helps us? They protect India from cold winds coming from Siberia. Siberia is very cold regions, as they form a huge wall. These Himalayas form a huge wall along the northern border of India. They form a huge wall along the northern border of India. Can you clear it? So it is very important one. It prevents cold winds from this region from flowing over India. Because it is very highest mountain range. So it protects India from affected by cold winds blowing. This makes India much warmer than places that are north of the Himalayas. North side, north of the near the Himalayas, so cold. but India's this highest mountain prevent cold winds blowing the cold winds from this region. Okay, so it keeps India's warmer, that places that are north of the Himalayas. Second, many wild animals, useful trees and plants are found in the forest of the Himalayan regions. And the Himalayas help, very important one, the Himalayas help rain to fall on the Indian subcontinent. How it help to rainfall on the Indian subcontinent? That is, when rain-bearing clouds from the seas reach the mountains. Can you understand? These rain-bearing clouds from the seas reach the mountains. They cannot go any further. Okay. These clouds from the seas reach the mountains. Mountain is the very highest. Then after it cannot go any further. So they rise up into the cold upper atmosphere. That is, the mountain's top is snow covered. Okay. So this water vapor now changes into rain. Okay, which falls on the subcontinent. Subcontinent means India's subcontinent. That is, we already studied that Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal, that is the subcontinent of India. Okay, the next point, the snow from the mountains melts in summer season. All the times, in full time, this summer or winter, spring season, in full time, these at the top of the mountains, that is, peak of the mountains fully covered with the snows. So in summer season the snow melts and fills many rivers. These rivers have water even in the hottest month also. Every season these rivers have water, it fills water. So the Himalayas are very, very important and useful for our country. It is the natural boundary of Himalayas, is the natural boundary of us, isn't it? Okay, can you clear it more? Okay, next we study that the second physical division. First physical division, that is a northern mountains. Northern mountains means India's northern mountains is the Himalayas. It is very useful to us. Okay, so from this lesson we study that the effect of the Himalayas, that is the importance of the Himalayas to us. Okay, then the three parts of the Himalayas, that is Himatri, Himachal, Shivalik. Okay, can you clear it more? Next we study that the second physical division, that is northern plains. What is northern plains? The northern plains, where is it lying? Yes, do you know more? Yes, now listen here. Listen carefully. These northern plains lie between the northern mountains. Okay, northern mountain means it lies below the Himalayas. Okay, where is it lie? These northern plains lie between the mountains and the peninsular plateau, but it is south of the Himalayas. It lies in the south of the Himalayas. Can you clear it more? It lies in the south of the Himalayas. They extended over 2,500 kilometers in length from Punjab to the west, Assam in the east. This region is always flat level. Many rivers that originates from various in these Himalayas. Okay, now Now listen here. These northern plains lies the south of the Himalayas. Okay. In the west of this is extended to Pakistan. West, this northern plains west side, that is our neighboring country Pakistan, and Bangladesh is situated on the eastern part, west Pakistan and east part Bangladesh. Many huge rivers flows through this flat land of plains. This northern plains is a flat land. Many huge rivers flows through northern plains. So it is very fertile. These rivers carries mixture of sand and mud. What is silt? These rivers carry silt. Silt spelling? Say the spelling. S-I-L-T, silt. What is the meaning of silt, ma? Silt. That is a mixture of sand and mud. Mixture of sand and mud. As well as gravel. Gravel, that is a small stones. Gravel is a small stones. Okay. These rivers carry silt and gravel. Okay. Then in the monsoon, the rivers often flood. When this happens, the silt and gravel spread over the land. Sometimes flood means also this silt and gravel spread over the land. This is called alluvium. What is alluvium? That is monsoon time sometimes flood. Flood happen means this silt. Silt means that is a sand and mud and gravel. That is a small stones. Silt, mud, small stone. Yeah, these are spread everywhere. That is called alluvium. This process of flooding and alluvium spreading over the land has helped to form the northern plains over thousands of years, because these places plants grow very well in alluvium. Which part the plants grow very well? That is alluvium, because that is very fertile. Sand, mud, small stones or everything spread over that area. So the plants grow well in the northern plains. It is very flat land. Huge rivers are flows throughout the year. So plants grow well. It is very fertile. Okay. The importance of the northern plains. What's the important? It is also very important very useful for our country, because of these northern plains are called food bowl of India, because it is very fertile and produce wide variety of crops such as rice, wheat, maize, sugarcane and so on. They meet the food requirements of large population. Can you understand, ma? It is because it is very fertile. The rivers in this region are perennial. Perennial means throughout the year the rivers are running. They provide water for irrigation and other needs of the people all around the year. Okay, ma? Since the land here is flat, railways, roadways, buildings and factories can be constructed easily here. So these northern plains are very, very fertile and it is very, very important for us. So India's physical features, that is northern mountains, that is also very important for us, because it is a great boundary of our country. Protect us from cold winds. Okay. It is the greater wall of the boundary, that is say Himalayas. Then second, northern plains also very fertile and it is the food bowl of India. Can you clear it more? Okay, we will see that next class. Today I will give some of the questions, that is you study well. You copy, first of all you copy it clearly and write well. And doubt means you ask me. Okay ma'am, okay fine. In the next class we will see. Bye bye.